Today we are going to do Fox's 1 month update and my 1 month postpartum update. So we'll start out with him and how he's doing and all the things he's learning. He's eating right now, so if you hear some weird noises, that's why. Okay, so first we'll start out with his height and his weight. So whenever he was born, he was 19.5 inches. Now the last time that we got his height was actually whenever we went to, we had to go to the emergency room because of some issues, which I'll talk about later, but we had to go to the emergency room and then we made a 2-week appointment after that, or a 2-day appointment after that with his pediatrician. So whenever we went to that appointment with the pediatrician, he was 21 inches. Whenever he was born, he was 7 pounds, 1.9 ounces, so basically 2 ounces. And at that appointment, it was September 30th that we did that appointment, and he was born on September 5th, so about 25 days after he was born, he was weighing 8 pounds. Now, it has been a while since then, so he weighs a lot more now than he did then. Oh, and his lowest weight that he got to was 6 pounds, 9 ounces. So he didn't even lose a pound. We were very thankful that Bear got to stay home with us for the first 2 weeks that we were home. That was really nice to have him with us, to get kind of in the swing of things, and for him and Fox to have some bonding time whenever we came home, and Bear could help us so that we could get into our routine without him, so we could kind of get into that. That was really nice. I haven't taken him anywhere on my own yet. Bear and I have obviously taken him. He's had a couple doctor's appointments. We actually took him to the fair. He spent most of his time in his car seat and his stroller, all boxed up so that no one could touch him. But we did take him to the fair. He's been out to eat a few times with us. He's gone to his Lolly and Pop's house, which is my mom and dad. He's been to their house a couple times, so he's gotten out quite a few times, just never with just me. I'm kind of scared to take him out alone because I feel like if he's in the back seat, he starts fussing, he's just gonna keep crying and crying. I'm not gonna be able to console him, and then we go out and if he starts crying, I take him out of his car seat, and then I'm gonna have to carry him and push the car seat, and so just stressful time for me. Now, he loves to be rocked. As you can see, that's what we're doing right now. He loves to be rocked. Barrett and him spend a lot of time in this rocking chair. I do too sometimes whenever he's really fussy, but usually whenever Barrett has him, they're sitting in this rocking chair. He really likes to be held. He does not like to be put down. If he lays flat, he will start crying after like 2 minutes, and he will not stop crying. And if he is asleep and you lay him down, he will wake up within less than 5 minutes and start crying, which is fine because I love to cuddle him and I love to hold him. So he sleeps with us every night. Well, sleeps with me every night. Well, our bed, but he sleeps in my arms every night. And he's been waking up. He went through a little growth spurt at 3.5 to 4 weeks. I guess it was closer to 4 weeks. It was more like 4 weeks. He went through a little growth spurt and he was waking up every 2 hours. Now, the first couple weeks he was waking up every 2 hours, then he started waking up every 3 hours, 4 hours. Now, yesterday, I don't know, a couple nights ago, he actually slept 5 hours in a row, so that was pretty cool. And he is gaining a lot of weight, so there's no problem with that. We don't need to be waking him up in the middle of the night. Now, throughout the day, if he hasn't ate for like 3 hours, I will feed him. The pediatrician doesn't want him going longer than 3 hours during the day without eating. Now, he usually eats every 2 hours on the dot. He knows when it's time to eat. He eats every 2 hours, and he eats a lot. He's gaining lots of weight, pooping a lot. The diapers that we're using are the Pampers diapers, the Pampers Pure, I think is what they're called. We had 1 box of the Huggies diapers, and they were awful. He leaked out of them like 3 times. And they were the newborn diapers. He was 7 pounds. He was wearing newborn diapers in the Pampers ones too. So we went through the Pampers, and then we tried the Huggy ones, and he just leaked through them 3 times. He hasn't leaked through a single Pampers diaper, but he did leak through 3 times with the Huggies diaper, so I don't know what that's about. I was super excited about them because they were so soft. I was like, oh, he's gonna love these. He peed out of it. I mean, there was like pee all up his back and leg, and they were just everywhere. He is smiling now. Not very often, but we can get him to smile every once in a while, a few times a day. And he talks a lot. Lots of cooing and oohing and ahhing. It's so cute. And he is still exclusively breastfeeding. He won't have a bottle until probably the week before I go back to work, and I won't give him the bottle. I'll have Barrett give him the bottle to make sure that he eats from it. We have a few kinds of bottles, so we'll see what he likes best. I did just start pumping this week, so trying to get a stash up, pumping after pumping for like 10-15 minutes after the first 3 feedings of the day. So getting a stash up for that, which makes me super sad because it makes me think about going back to work and leaving him. I don't want to leave him. He doesn't ever spit up, so he does have a bit of gas problems. I tried no dairy for 3 days, or well, 2 days, and that didn't work. And then I've tried to avoid certain foods, and I've looked at all the lists of foods to avoid whenever your baby has gas. I've tried avoiding certain foods, that didn't help. So I think he just has a little bit more developing to do with his intestines, because he just gets the worst gas pain. It makes me so sad. And we were giving him gas drops for a while. We've stopped that now. I guess it was just gripe water. But that's why we had to take him to the emergency room, is because we gave him gripe water and it was in his mouth, and he started crying and he inhaled it, and he was making this awful noise. If I can find the video, I'll put it in. It sounded absolutely awful. I actually called up to labor and delivery at the hospital I delivered at and asked if we should bring him up there to see to go to the emergency room. And they were like, is that him breathing in the background? Yes, you should definitely bring him up. So we took him up there. They did a few x-rays. There was nothing in his lungs or anything, thankfully. He actually ended up sneezing on the way there, but it's a 30-minute drive from us, so we kept going even though it stopped whenever he sneezed. And then a few days later, we took him to his pediatrician out there at the hospital, and she took some more x-rays and listened to his lungs and everything. So everything looked fine. So that's good. But I've given him gripe water a couple times since then, but I've been a little too scared to give it to him every night like I was doing before. But he's actually doing a lot better than he was before. He's not getting as much gas as he was like 2-3 weeks ago. So that's good. He is a binky boy. He loves the binky. If he doesn't have his binky in his mouth, he wants to eat, basically. So he gets the binky and he's not eating. It soothes him. If he doesn't have the binky in his mouth or my boob in his mouth, he's got his hands in his mouth. He just likes to have something in his mouth. We knew he was going to be a binky baby whenever he was in the womb and sucking on his fingers. Now I'm doing all right. I haven't had my 6-week postpartum check yet to get my incision checked and everything, but I'm feeling really good. All the doctors before I even left the hospital said that I was healing really great and I was doing really amazing for just having a C-section, and that I was doing a lot better than most people who just have a vaginal birth do. So I'm really happy with how I'm healing. We'll see what the doctor says whenever I go in next week, but I think I'm healing just fine. I'm not having any troubles with breastfeeding, thankfully. I was really scared that was gonna happen, but I've had great milk supply, no problems there. It did hurt at first because, you know, I'm not used to all the action that's happening right now, but it doesn't hurt anymore. Everything's pretty smooth. He's a really great baby. He sleeps really well. When he wakes up at night, he goes right back to sleep after he eats, and he gets a diaper change. He's a really good baby, and he's so cute, and he's getting so chunky, and I'm getting so sad that I'm gonna have to go back to work and leave him, but he will be okay. He's gonna stay with his Lolly. She's gonna take good care of him and send me lots of pictures and FaceTime me so that I don't miss him too much. I just love him so much. He's so perfect. His umbilical cord didn't even fall off until it was just a few days before his month. So I think he was like right at 4 weeks. It was like 2 or 3 days before his 1 month. And it finally came off whenever Barrett was changing his diaper. He sweats a lot. He is a hot boy. Like, he just radiates heat all the time. And of course I've got him swaddled in this blanket right now because it's like really cold. But at night I'll put him in a long sleeve onesie because his hands and his arms will get really cold just because we have the fan on in our room and the AC vent is right over our bed. So his hands and his arms will get really cold at night. So I put him in a long sleeve onesie, but like his neck gets so sweaty whenever he's laying on his back. It's so sad. Or if I hold him when he's taking a nap in here and I'm just holding him, my arm, I'll have sweat all over my arm from his neck. He's a sweaty boy. Good boy. His hair has got this red tint to it that we couldn't see at first. It got lighter after probably his first like 3 baths he had. So it's got this red tint to it. Everyone says his eyes are going to be blue, but I know you can't tell yet. He's a sweet baby boy. Aren't you, Bubba? Aren't you? Oh, he's getting so chunky. Here he is. Say hi. Crazy boy. He loves screens too. That's the other thing. He literally, I will turn on like a show or something and he will literally just turn his head and stare at it. And stare on it until I pull his head away. Like I turn his attention to the other direction. He'll just stare at the TV. Crazy boy. Crazy boy. He did have a newborn rash. It went away by, I think he still had it at his 2-month appointment, or his 2-week appointment, but not very bad. So I mean, it was completely gone by 3 weeks. Every once in a while he'll get a little spot that pops up, but it'll only be there for like a few hours and then it goes away. He's a good boy. I don't know what else to say about him. I do think he's a good boy. Yeah, you are. He loves to be held, he loves to be cuddled, and I love to hold him and I love to cuddle him. I'll show you guys my incision. So I've still got quite a belly left, but you can see that's my incision right there. So it looks pretty good. We'll see what the doctor says. That's all. Thanks for watching. I want to do like a day in, yeah. I want to do like a day in my life video, like a vlog video, but I'm not doing like daily vlogs or anything because I couldn't do that right now because I can't put them down long enough to edit a video. Unless Barrett's here, I can't like be setting up the camera all the time. So hopefully sometime this next week I can film that and then get it edited whenever Barrett's here one day. But I'd like to do that. So I am planning on doing monthly updates to see how he's developing and everything, just so we can keep up to date with that whenever we have other children, or if he's interested in it whenever he gets older. And it's just good for other people. I like to watch these kinds of videos. Oh, stretch it out. Stretch it out. So we will see you for our day in the life, and then we'll see you again for his 2-month update. Thanks for watching.